Your voice is doing that weird thing again. Yeah, you're like jumpy. Like it's like um laggy. Oh, sweet. They're going to do season 2 of The Boys. It's a good show.
Oh, my screen turned off. There we go. What's up, Mr. 9? Oh, blowing out the mic. How is it going, sir? Yes, it is. That's what I have to say about that. I also have,
Audio fixed.
you should be able to hear Blizzkin on the mic
You're
there.
still kind of like a little choppy. A little bit. I don't know choppy to them if you are, but to me you are a little bit. Yeah, good.
Not sure why it would be choppy to you.
Yeah, he can hear, oh, blessed be the day.
I'm not sure why it would be choppy to you.
It sounds choppy to me, kind of like it's like digitized a little bit. It's not too bad, but when you say something, it kind of does that a little bit.
All right, let's try.
But I don't know if that's just like some kind of like weird thing with YouTube Live. Yeah, so like I would assumed, like Nine was saying there, I think it's just when it's being put out on the voice from Discord, it's kind of weird, but then on YouTube Live it's fine.
Right. Well, so I will say that the way that I figured out that it's supposed to be set up is my audio that's going into the stream is a separate source than your audio going into the stream, and that's where I was going wrong yesterday. Is I was assuming that my audio for you and me was supposed to be going through the same place, which was the Discord. But then I didn't realize, like thinking back on it now, it makes sense because Discord only captures like something that the computers do, or not Discord, OBS captures something that like a hardware for the computer is doing. So it's capturing the sound that's going into my earpiece, and it's pushing that out into the stream. But because I can't hear myself when I talk through Discord, which makes sense, because why would you want to hear yourself while you're talking to someone on Discord chat? It wouldn't be picking up my voice because it's not picking up my voice. Like Discord, I'm not talking to myself in Discord, so I have to have my voice going into the stream from one source and then you guys going into it from another. Yeah, probably not super long. I would say maybe like an hour. That's my plan, at least currently. I'm actually impressed so far that I haven't dropped any frames yet, which is nice. I think that's the first.
Yeah.
But I also haven't been playing my game yet, so we'll see how that goes. The calendar awaits. So, Amanda, are you happy that you were wrong about Modoc Hotel ending so soon? You have at least another 8 hours right now.
Oh, shoot. Speaking of that, ooh, just remind me.
I was thinking about it the other day when you're like, oh, no, I only have 12 hours left to do it. And I'm like, doesn't seem right. The new layout, I actually, at first it was kind of a shock, the new screen, but the more that I use it and the more I get used to it, the more I like it. Now, I kind of wish that they didn't have back issues on there. That's kind of
I told you that like grayscale thing is odd.
I just wish that it wasn't there. Like, put it with special quests. like back issues and special quests all together, because like this is what, just Abyss, Realm, and Labyrinth basically. I mean, they throw back issues in here with this, right, and then move your arena down, and it pretty much all fits on one screen then at that point. Like, you don't have to scroll over, which would make more sense to me.
Right.
Because like, how often are you like going in and out of back issues? You know, like.
Yeah, and even though they said they fixed that thing where when you back out, it doesn't get stuck. It gets stuck on that screen for me. I don't know if it's an Android thing or if it's a game thing. But like if I go into like AQ or Special Quest or whatever, and I do a quest, when I go to back out, it's the only thing on the screen. I have to back out again.
Yeah.
Like I gotta hit back twice. It's still doing that for my phone. But that's hardly a problem. So I'm like, oh well, I just gotta hit it again.
Right.
Like if they could limit the problems to just that, we're all right. But that's not gonna happen, you know.
Here I am, all dead in AQ already.
Did you see all the special things that they came out with from the Canada thing? Like all the special event things. It's like 12.
I didn't. I mean, I did, but I didn't really look a whole lot into it.
You didn't look at it.
It should be interesting.
There's a lot of 6-star shards in this, but they're tiny, like 50 apiece. And they're all one and dones. So that's interesting.
There we go. The beauty of Corvus, you can even take poison fights because he just kills stuff fast enough that the poison can't do anything to him, really. I mean, I took a little bit of health chunk there, but... I assume the 45-minute timers start next AQ. I'm going to switch over to a different look. So I have different looks to my stream. Who's in here right now? Is it just 9?
Are you talking about people talking to you right now?
So I have...
Because all I see is Amanda's last thing.
Well, Amanda, but I assume that 9's in there. Maybe. Maybe he's not.
Yeah.
Because I can't see like how many people are watching because I didn't pull up my... Normally I pull up my...
It says one watching now. It might be me.
Oh, if you're watching,
just
then you're the one watching, yeah.
Yeah, it says one watching now.
Okay, so check this out, right? And it's going to be a little delayed, mind you, but I've got different things here. Nice. So I've got... This is my live streaming look, right? This is like when I'm playing in-game. When we do our like summits and stuff like that, I'll do the chatting interface, which is this one. And then my plan is to add in... here, let me pull up. I need to do this. Let's add in... Let's do this. And the plan would be to do... BAM forums. Yeah, because like I had all this set up yesterday, but then when I was going through and trying to figure out what was wrong, I was like deleting everything that I did, which was a second reason why I was pissed off, because I worked like 2 hours getting stuff set up for streams, and then, you know, it didn't work right, and so I ended up having to like delete out everything, all that work that I did. Alright, so
you're showing me or us the setup that you're going to use a different setup. Basically, what you're saying is you're going to use a different setup.
So this one that you're seeing currently is the plan for. Let me this I can make a little bit bigger. It's the plan for when we do like the summit stuff, and then I'll do a window capture. I'll pull this one in. It's probably gonna look crazy for a second for you guys. It's gonna be like huge. Oops. Damn it, it's not that.
Did he change his name to the Bearded Whale?
He did. Temporarily, at least.
Oh, Lord. The audacity. No. If anybody, he can do it. Yeah, he's the one. What is this? He just... I hope he hears this, too. We've revised the notes in blue. Oh, there's a revision that he just posted in our officer chat to the notes in AW. Is this live? Is this like?
Is what?
He just, I don't know if he's posting them in yours, but he posted them. Beardo posted the revisions that go live tomorrow.
Oh, for Alliance War?
For Alliance War.
I can probably pull it up.
Just got. Well then. Champion boost 100%. Yeah.
It's probably just a forum thing.
Note 5 champion boost. I'm trying to figure out how to read this thing the right way that he posted.
Maybe it's not. I wonder where he found it. AQ.
Well done.
Oh, here
he also said he might hop on here for a bit once he gets ready.
Yeah. You should see that there. Alright, and then my other plan would be to do... Oh, They might have been... Your voice might have been crazy there in stream for a minute, because I had dual audio coming in for you. And then my other plan for this is to do this, and grab a video capture of my game. And
that's not what I wanted to do.
Huge.
Oh no. What did I do to my screen?
This down here.
Okay, there it goes. Jesus. Some days I just start to fiddle. Yeah, he said he might hop on here in a minute to talk about that if we're still about. But this is... I'm trying to figure out how to read this stupid post from these upgrades. They're revised in blue. I mean, what are you on? You're an expert, right?
Yeah, no, we're not expert. We're challenger. Expert is tiers 1 through 3, which is like we've been there and we don't like it and we don't want to go back if possible.
Yeah.
To a degree. I mean, if we win enough wars that we end up there, we always had kind of a alternate strategy, sort of like the strategy we're using now, where we basically, where we just like take one or two sets of paths and have like 4 backups or 6 backups kind of thing.
And I think we are, what, intermediate?
Yeah, I think you're one below us.
Yeah, I think we're
but like there's different levels.
Yeah, we must be on hard.
Yours.
I think we bounced to intermediate because we've lost 2 in a row here because of this garbage. Unless they froze it and I didn't know, but I don't think they did.
No, I don't think they froze it.
Which would have been awesome for them to do that, like freeze the tiers and all that.
And then what did I do?
Freeze the tiers, freeze the, what is it? It's not tier that's frozen. Tiers are frozen. Wait, no. Am I wrong? I don't know.
Tiers, nothing's frozen. I have this thing too. Check this out if you're watching the stream.
What is it?
You'll see it in a second.
So you have multiple windows.
What's up,
That's
Captain?
Pretty cool. Hey, Kevin. You have.
So yeah, this is the plan, and then obviously I don't know how well people will be able to see it even still, but the thought is that on stream you should be able to see like when you're talking.
Yeah.
Because you're in the Discord window, it should light up around your icon that's on the screen there when you're talking.
Is it doing that?
It's not doing it for you.
I can't tell.
I'm not seeing it for you, at least. I don't know why it's not, but it's just solid for you. That's why I'm not really sure what you did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's that toggle that I was talking about before you went on live stream. Was that I have the sensitivity lower to compensate for my loudness.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, it's like it's only showing that you're constantly talking.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it's constantly
Too Good.
A circle.
So how'd you like your first week of Map 7, Too Good? It's coming to a close. We'll say Dr. Ark was harassing me. After our last work, because I had 24 defender kills from Korg basically, but I had 0 attacker kills. But this last war, I'm right there at the top of the list. 7 defender kills, 5 attacker kills. So, number 1. Might have even had an MVP.
Well, it's good to hear that he's doing something over there, huh?
Yeah, he said that as soon as I became leader, I stopped trying. I didn't even get an MVP. That's a rough life. Did the best in my battle group, and I only got 4th. Darn shame.
Huh.
Maybe because he's the only one there. What are you talking about, Nine? I don't know what you mean by that.
No, he's probably talking about the circle thing, maybe. That around my name there, that sounds...
What's up, Weapon X? How's it going, bud?
The circle thing around my name, or around my icon. And the reason why it's staying on is because I turned off the auto sensitivity and turned it on a manual sensitivity, and it just stays on, and I don't know why.
Oh,
maybe because
no, because I'm in the chat. You can see when I talk, it lights up. Like, well, at least you should be able to see it. My little Aegon.
Let's see how bad this gets.
Icon, which I wish that I could make the icons like bigger so you could actually see, like, instead of it being a huge box with a tiny little picture inside of it.
Now it's on auto sensitivity, and auto sensitivity, I've been told, is terrible.
I don't know.
But
sound mostly
you can
the
see
same
it
to me,
blinking now, right?
You sound pretty much the same both ways, honestly. But I think I can see it blinking. It's hard to tell because it's so small.
Yeah, like this now. It's circled.
So, yes, map 7, first off, it depends on what paths you have. Some of the paths are not bad. If you have the right combination of paths, it's not bad at all. Now, they did mention in their release yesterday that they would be fixing some of the more painful fights. which is funny because, and a lot of people aren't privy to. I don't think I did it. Was I ranting about it? No, it was in Thanos only chat. I think I was ranting all morning about how stupid the CMM fight on Can't Stop Won't Stop was, and then 3 p.m. came around and they're like, Captain Marvel on Can't Stop Won't Stop is gone, and I was like, oh, finally. It's like they listened to me. Yeah, honestly, yeah. It's like, I would say there's like maybe 10, 12-ish, like really ridiculous fights in Map 7 that you have to deal with, so, and that's across all of the 3 different variations. So you end up in a scenario where it's like, if you're not on one of the paths that has those dumb fights, it's really not much of a big deal at all. Honestly, this week's probably the hardest possible variation because it had the worst and most difficult fights in combination with the worst and most ridiculous global node, where if you dex more than 10 times, they go unblockable for just, it feels like an absurd amount of time.
Yeah. Beard is down here.
He popped in for a sec. He's around somewhere.
Did you guys get a chance to check it out? The post I made?
I can barely hear you, so maybe turn up your audio output a little bit if you can through Discord. Or maybe I can do it myself.
You might be doing it. Yeah, I can hear you, but it's really low. That's all.
Yeah, the baby's in the process of trying to fall asleep right now.
Oh, okay. So we're just gonna hold tight on that. So yeah, we were talking about it briefly.
Higher, so.
I was gonna wait for you to. I was trying to figure out how to read it the right way. If they just changed the buffs or changed the nodes, or if they just
a little bit of
reduced
both.
it.
I think they adjusted some of the sensitivity, or the right word is the potency of some of the nodes, and then some of them got replaced altogether. So node 20 is Oscillate, Aggression, Fury, Tunnel Vision, and now it's Mixmaster. What else? It's Mixmaster, and Aggression, Prowess, and then Oscillate there. So you're not getting the stack of Fury, but Oscillate. So, and the upside, of course, with Mixmaster is they're going to evade, which means they're not going to punish this. Okay, we had Domino, I think, this last roll, right, Puff?
On which node? What's you referring to right now?
It was the Tunnel Vision node. I think we had Domino.
Domino was the previous war, correct? Yeah, I don't remember how many times. I think she might have got a couple of kills, but it wasn't anything crazy.
Well, that's the one that we fought against, that we had.
Right. That's what I'm saying is I don't think that we died much against her. She was down.
We didn't die as much, but what I wanted
quickly,
to say there was, like, with Tunnel Vision, when we faltered, it was a lot harder to survive that against her because she comes in and then boom, you're stunned, you're bleeding, dead. They're able to punish or miss immediately versus Mixmaster. They evade, so you still have a chance to quickly get back on defense versus miss, and then they go immune. So that's an advantage, at least with in mind, from my.
So
that's interesting.
What are you looking at to determine? Okay, I'm trying to read this post here.
And I can send you the link if you want the link. I just figured this would be faster to get to it because the post itself is actually part of the bigger thread. Kabam applied later in the thread, so you have to go to that part of it to find. Just cut out all that crap. And I sent it to you guys. I sent it to Blizz, the Winter as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as soon as actually, it's funny. As soon as he started the live stream, I was like, "What's this thing? Wait a minute." It happened live. It was like a live reaction.
Oh, I see.
Well,
so
it's not
in
an
here.
in-game update. It was tweeted by Cam. Cam posted was an update. And I actually already replied straight to Cam. He was just like, okay, now that these nodes, now we just need to fix the middle tier war reward. Replied to him, I was just like, are they actually going to do that? Because right now, if you're gold 1 plat 4, there's no point in doing war. Everybody else is getting a buff, and we're not.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, it's not worth the headache, because that's something we were talking about in chat today. I was kind of getting irritated. I'm like, I don't know what to do here. I don't know. It seems like it's half and half. We do wars with a different strategy to try to compensate for, the weirdness that the map is in right now. But with this, I think we're going to just keep going with it. And we'll try to get a pretty diverse squad out there as best as we can. I'm gonna have to talk to Tom about it. But
I think these particular nodes require very specific defenders that you've thought of before. Or that you may not have been using before.
I'm trying to balance it because Beardo's kind of light, so.
Yeah, no, I'm not whispering. He's got the baby.
I was just trying to balance it, and
we're trying to
Blizz is super loud and Beardo's quiet, so I was trying to lower Blizz's volume down and then bring Beardo's up a little bit.
Yeah, it's because the mic is right next to my face.
Oh, is it live streaming? Is there a chat?
I'm live streaming, so yeah, Amanda is watching right now. And 9 is in there. I think Captain Too Good's still in there.
Better? A little bit better? Take it away from my face a little bit.
I was just trying to... Yeah, no, you guys are fine. It's just I was just trying to optimize the audio for you guys so that you were kind of at the same level. Oops. That's what I wanted to do.
Oh, yeah.
No drop frame still, so that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I just, I keep trying to play with the settings on the stream a little bit. And
Amanda, it's not the sensitivity. My sensitivity.
What is Spry?
Baby is wake up.
Spry is...
Spry is the one where
if they passively evade, you get a fatigue, I think.
Yeah.
Oh. Anna just wrote. Anna just wrote, is it a Joker? Maybe I don't understand properly on the boss node. Are they adding difficulties? If that's the case, the rewards better be crazy good, or they better boost those rewards. So Spry Limber 20, Bane 1.
Yes, I'd rather have brute force.
Can't even zoom in on this.
I'd rather go brute force instead of Bane too. Bane, it seems like they should flip flop that. But I don't know.
You give a shit.
You shut your dirty whore mouth.
What's wrong with the boss node?
Anna's saying.
Okay, wait. What the? What's the shifting hazards incinerate shot in? I've never seen.
54 says the best defense, health boost, brute force, spry, and limber. So wait a minute. You can stun the boss now?
Which node?
The boss node, 54.
Isn't boss node 54?
Yeah, it's weird the way that the layout is. If you can see on the stream.
Yeah, it's not.
54 is actually this. I think that the champion boost here, this is 55. Champion boost, 100%, blah, blah, blah. And then there's limber right above it. So limber, spry, brute force, best defense, health boost 300, health boost, or champion boost 150. That's the boss node. And then right below it, that's 55, which is the stunning reflection, polka dot power, whatever that is.
That's totally a thing.
That was a 6.4.
Is that that's an X6
no,
thing?
you know what? No, that's not right. These are weird, the way this is laid out, because, like, 52 is at the bottom. 52 is this. 53 really is this. I think
53
I don't know what's going on anymore.
55 is brute force. And then 54
is that's what I was saying. I was trying to figure out how to read this.
It's not clear what's
swallow
what.
Water down the wrong pipe and just ruin your day.
Yeah, wait. I'm very
yeah, I'm confused. So 52. Can I even view the map right now? It's so
hard to make an Excel spreadsheet.
I can't even view the map right now to, like, look at it.
Yeah, because we can't place yet.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
All it takes is creating an Excel spreadsheet and centering in certain cells, not centering in your cell. Come on.
What did they try to do?
It's like they use Microsoft Word to do it or something.
They use Microsoft Word and inserted a table.
Probably. And
well, you can clearly tell that's what they did, because Word is the only way on a table where you can merge multiple cells together. You can't merge them in certain fashion. Excel the way you can Word.
Yeah. And it always looks
goofy.
I
was working on it today. And at work, I was working on that very thing today, and everybody asked me about how to center it. I'm like, well, you have to use your Word
how many people
options.
Have Excel that you have to do Alt Enter to go to another in Excel? I'm just like, oh my god. You shouldn't be allowed to work on a computer.
Yeah, you don't want to work with my coworkers. They have a hard time running a macro that I made for them.
What do I do? The escape button.
Like, you run the report, and then you run the macro that I made for you. All you have to do is hit Control S. And they're like, how do I do it? I'm like, you just hit Control S. It's not that hard.
Go update your Adobe Reader.
Lord. It's not that difficult.
And then they'll ask why, and I'm like, because I said so.
Yeah. Don't ask questions. I don't even have time to explain the reasons why to you.
I didn't get to use the ID10T thing today.
Oh, you'll get to do it.
Oh, I know.
It's like I don't do that. God bless. Whenever anybody comes up and asks you for change,
I don't
do that. God bless, and they don't know what to do because you added the God bless in there at the end. It's something that the local radio station here does.
All right, so
and it's beautiful. I've done it twice and it works. They just go, God bless you too, and walk away.
So
and I'm like, I don't have to have that awkward,
Stunning reflection has to be the boss node when looking at this. Like, that has to be the boss node. Stunning reflection and stupefy with polka dot power. That has to be the boss. So there's I feel like 52, like when you're looking at the little thing, I feel like 52 is like cut off. Like they did a snippet of the window that they had open, and they stopped at above 52's information. That's what I feel like. 53 is the stun immunity node, and 52 there's just no information.
You've now dedicated 7 minutes of time to.
Well, I'm just looking at it. It makes no sense.
No bad discrepancy.
It is so confusing looking at this chart.
It really is.
That's what I was saying. I was when it first popped up in chat.
Is 54 is the boss node, but 55 is the highest number. So I'm just like, why isn't 55 used on the boss?
I feel like it would be more logical looking if they used
Is it because of the way that you have to go back towards the beginning for the boss? You go past the boss?
But that's new. Before, we didn't have that.
I know. What I'm saying is that, that's probably why. I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of what they're doing.
Always been a mini boss, not a main boss. The main boss has always been 54, which has always thrown me off because I've been on 50. I have 55 on Domino, usually.
Yes.
So that always.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, it's your favorite chant, Blizz.
Which one?
Falcon.
Falcon? Fuck off with your Falcon shit. Did you see I pulled him again? Not a 5-star, thank God.
3-star or whatever, or 4-star, something I saw.
Yeah, I was like that window earlier today. I was like, I'm gonna do this 3-star. Bang, Falcon. I'm like, insane. I threw my phone. I was like, that's it. I'm done. Fucking Falcon. Every time. No. What's this? What did he say? Wow.
She did. Actually, I remember that. She got that as part of her Abyss reports.
Yeah, 6-star Falcon. He's not 100% useless. He's mostly useless.
I'm pretty sure he's 100%.
He's not 100%.
He's an Avenger. He's an Avenger.
He has the ability accuracy reduction thing when you get his Red Wing up. So, I mean, he has, 10% use. He's not, like, the worst thing ever, but he's definitely not good, so...
He definitely... Yeah, if you're looking at champs who need a buff, he needs a buff.
He's on the list, yeah.
Yeah, Karnak, for sure.
I don't think Karnak will get a buff for a while.
I don't think so either, but I'm still on the Karnak train for buff.
But there's still so
because
many
he's so much better in the comics. So much better in the comics than this.
There's so many champs who need a buff that are like just completely being shafted.
I think it was on UMCOC. They have that buff. Was it buff nerf cell thing?
Yep.
It was like 12 nerf voids. I'm like, no, leave void alone. He's perfectly fine. He serves a purpose, and he's not. If he's at SIG 200, just like most champs, if it's SIG 200, they're ridiculous. I mean, if you look at any champ, really,
I think he's balanced perfectly to me.
The good and up bracket, he is meme tier. Is that about
He's talking about Falcon.
Oh yeah, he's definitely meme. He's definitely yes.
All right, so hey, real quick.
Once we see go ahead.
Real quick. Are you watching the stream actually, Beard, or you're just on the chat?
Both.
Okay, I'll show you my different screens here because I had created these and I wasn't able to use them. So we've got this screen is the chatting screen. This is what we're going to use. It's got like the window because I'll play while I'm streaming just so you can see some gameplay, and then it's got the window with the Discord chat so you can see who's talking. Honestly, you probably won't be able to see it that easily, but whatever. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing if you're trying to figure out who's talking at the time. And then obviously whatever we're talking about can be in the big window up there. And then I've got when I'm actually doing regular live stream, I can do this one, which is my regular one with the big window for the gameplay. I also have we'll be right back.
And you're working on music to go along with that? Because just like Kabam says, theme music is important. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I just saw it on your stream thing. You just switched it over. Taking a short break, be right back. I'm telling you, you need that intermission music from Monty Python right there.
Well, it's probably copyrighted, so I can't do that, but I will get some. I think in general what I want to do is just get, kind of like Beardo was mentioning it to me before, it's like there's, non-copyright material that you can stream, through into your stream through Discord or not through Discord, through OBS. And
he's porn music.
And so just get rid of game audio.
Still here?
And then get rid of the game audio. I'll leave like maybe sound effects on or something like that, and then have some underlying music kind of deal instead. So that way people don't have to listen to
Nine
stupid
thinks you need
in-game.
some 80s porn music.
80s
Yeah, it's
porn
not
music,
happening.
yeah. That's not. That's funny. But yeah, no, the whole screen setup is really good. It's quite, yeah. Oh, Amanda, since she said yes.
There's alerts and
I
stuff
was thinking,
when people subscribe.
this is totally off subject. I'm totally blizz everybody for a second there, but is taking off your mask when you get to the car the same as taking off your bra when you get home?
I don't wear a bra, but I feel like it would be the same.
Today I was wearing it because we had a bunch of people that were potentially contaminated that were actually in and around our building. And even though they weren't in our area, I had the mask on the whole, like, for hours. And I got to my car for lunch and I ripped the thing off, and it just reminded me of like all those like commercials and stuff where like the girl takes her bra off and throws it like, God.
It's better.
No, it's better.
Hey, Amanda, I have a quick question. Have you taken a look at your BG in AQ to see what everybody's up to?
Are people not moving in AQ?
I'm cracking. No, Coffee, you need to go take a look. I am dying right now.
What's happening in AQ?
Yeah, go look at BG2 and AQ real quick. just go spectate, and you'll see it right away. You had to have been following along in today's conversation.
Oh. Oh my God.
What has happened?
Everybody, they've been harassing Amanda about pulling duped jugs. They all changed their icons to Juggernaut.
Oh my God.
That's too funny. You can see it on the bottom window if you zoom in.
Yeah, I can't zoom in all the way.
I can put it up so that you can actually see it better.
I'm gonna have to increase. Let me see. I'm gonna have to go full screen. Oh my God.
Amanda's like, why is everyone laughing?
Look at the
Amanda's sitting there with her beat Black Widow.
There's something taunting you in your battle group. Your entire squad has betrayed you, and they've changed their icons to Juggernaut.
Giant Juggernaut icons
Juggernauts everywhere.
That's too good.
Even Diesel's over there. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, there's almost as many Juggernauts as N9 has pulled in his career.
I just sent a picture of all of that to Chris because he's the one who worked on it.
Yeah, no, I read the battle group chat earlier with them harassing you.
Poor Amanda.
Wait, what
She's
happened
like,
in the
fuck
battle
you
group
guys,
chat?
I'm going tomorrow.
Look at
Liz will
those
never let
jugs.
this happen.
Oh man,
9.
Those are some heavy jugs.
Oh my. Here we go again, Coffee. You need to tone it down, sir.
What? They're Juggernauts. They're heavy.
Mm-hmm.
He's big. He's a big dude. He's heavy. That's too funny, though. I think we did that one time when J. Paul died. I think like back on the old war map on Path 1, he went up against an Agent Venom, and I don't even remember what the node was. It wasn't even anything bad. But he died 3 times to that Agent Venom, and I think that we all changed our icons to Agent Venom to harass him.
Coffee, Amanda's saying to put the BG chat on the screen, and I vote yes, you should totally do that. I kind of really need to see that.
That'd be iconic.
Battle Group 2 chat.
Look out. Wait a minute. We're going to just put a little disclaimer in here that...
Are we looking at BG2
if
AQ?
If your kids can read...
Which part would you like me to specifically dwell on?
I'm not sure. You'd have to ask Amanda.
Oh, I see. I see. Amanda, what kind of sick, twisted joke is this? Chris.
Where is it?
And Bobby's rolling on the floor over here. Did you stay up late just to see my reaction? Traitors. Terrible. What's with the dogs thing? That's what I want to know. There's like a lot of people that came from the Glaive group that have pictures of their dogs as their Discord
yeah, what is that all about?
thing. Was that like a planned thing, or is that just like everybody was just trying to follow suit with your setting it that way, Amanda? That's too funny. I'm curious who actually set it up now. I don't know if Chris is just like trying to bus roll Dab at this point, or
even my so-called husband.
Did he actually set it up, or is he just being framed? He's being bus rolled by the group now.
He's like, no, it wasn't me. I don't really know who did that.
Is there some sort of other chat that you guys are using? Because I don't remember seeing anything like that in any of our chats. Unless, of course, I missed it, because there is 835 chats in our Discord, and I cannot keep up with that many of them. So
no way. Yeah, no, I had to take some off.
Like, I think I did a video of it once for people, but if you like go in here.
Oops.
I'll open up all of them. Look at all these chats. It's an infinite supply of chats.
Jesus. This is why I have like half
so your feed is slower. So there it goes. Now it's showing. Oh yeah. Yeah, you have more than mine, obviously, but I have all mine open for some reason. So I have like Proxima and.
Look at all those chats. There's 300,000 chats in here.
Yep, like 1,000.
That's why I just keep them all closed.
But I have the management stuff, the TBO stuff, the MOS stuff, Supergiant.
Who's tagging me in?
The garden stuff, Proxima. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I don't look at most of it. I literally would be doing nothing but reading Discord chats all day long if I tried to keep up with all of that.
Why?
I usually just keep management and Thanos open.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what did I want to say last night? Let me get my notepad out.
Get it out. Get it all out of you. We're here for you.
Alright. I want to rant for a second here.
Alright, everybody, he's about to get on his soapbox.
Alright. Agenda. Future tools for officers. Battle group assignments. So first off, I wanted to agree with Beardo from yesterday, which was essentially saying that you're working on something without any sort of date whatsoever. Basically, it means that you don't ever plan to actually have those things implemented. Because if you wanted to really implement something, you set a date, because you can't accomplish something without setting a goal for yourself, period. So, even if they were to say, like, we want to have this by, early 2020, then at least they have a point where they're like, okay, this is when we want to accomplish this by. But to say that they have no idea at all, or no idea of even a plan of when to do it, is just ridiculous. So,
yeah.
my one big recommendation to Kanban would be set deadlines for yourself. Because you can't accomplish something without setting some sort of a goal. The top champs thing is, I mean, currently, I assume that they're planning on using it for something else later. It is pointless, really, the whole, like, AQ war and defense champions, because you can select the same champions for everything. So it's not like it limits them or anything. It doesn't, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
In its current design, at least.
Speaking of that, have you tried going in there and doing that just to see what it does? Because it's just nonsense.
Yeah, I did it. I mean, I threw some champs in there that I use, but again, if there's anyone ever watching this stream and you think to yourself, oh, that's a cool feature, well, you need to get on Discord and you need to use Collector Bot, because it makes all of that totally pointless if you actually have like a good tool. So
yeah, if you use Collector Bot, and it's not even apples to oranges. It's like watermelons to grapes. It's so much better. Collector Bot is amazing.
I'm excited about matchmaking by rating. Because currently, as far as I can tell, it's done by prestige to at least some degree, and which is why it gets all messed up. I think prestige is the key factor, and the reason that I say that is because we, as in Thanos, we get paired up almost always with shell alliances currently when we do wars in season. And the only logical explanation that I have for that is that all those shell alliances drop their war rating, and then they end up facing alliances like us who are AQ focused, because their prestige is higher even though their war rating is lower. So it would be nice for those alliances not to get constantly paired up against us. Because I would say like 75% of all the wars that we have are probably against alliances that were shells. So like you'll see like, oh, last season they were gold 3 alliance, and then you look at like their alliance and like every single player has like 10,700 prestige, and every person's like got 2 million total champ score, and it's like, how are we getting paired up against all these people?
I'll be right back, guys. 1 second.
You got a point there, Coffee. You do, because I was looking at our history of our wars all the way back through last season, and I'm looking at the prestige rating with the alliance prestige. Is that the current prestige as of right now, though? Even if it won't show you.
Yes, it'll show you the current.
Yeah, so a couple of these are definitely shells, because a couple of these, the prestige went down to like 3,000.
Right.
So there's like 2 people in them.
Yeah,
6 members.
Because they just switch back and forth from alliance to alliance, and I really think that they should. Look into some way to prevent or stem the shell alliance methods that people use, because I mean, it's tanking in off season used to be the way to like kind of like get over on alliance war seasons. Where it was like, oh, we'll just tank in the off season, drop our rating, and then we'll have easier matchups. But now, because you can't just tank in off season because the ratings are locked, the plan is, during season you have an alliance that you let basically lose every match, drop their rating during season, and then come off season you switch, and then keep going that way. But it makes it unfair for alliances who are taking AW more casually, because we end up having to constantly face all those people, even though they're platinum 1, platinum 2 alliances that just dropped down as far as they could, so they could decimate
last war
unsuspecting victims.
Supergiant went up against a foreshore holding alliance 4, one of the top alliances in the game.
Yeah.
Like the guys that were in that were either $1,000 a week whales, or they're just one of the top, the top guys. Like their main, they were putting their main account into that holding tank, that holding ally. And They got paired up with Supergiant and it was just like, whoa, what the hell is this?
Well,
how did this end up happening?
That goes more to the prestige thing. So there's probably not a lot of alliances that have no war rating out there, right?
So what did I miss?
We're talking about the war matchmaking still, and he was saying how Supergiant got paired up against an alliance that basically had like... So yeah, so it really plays into the fact that it's prestige based, because if you think about it, like how many alliances that have 0 war rating would have that strong of players, right? The reason why Supergiant has it is because they just created an alliance. They started off at nothing. So they have a high prestige for an alliance that has that low of a rating. What are the chances that they would then pair with another alliance that has high prestige? Like, logically, that wouldn't be a high chance, but because it's like, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to, because it's like, the first thing it looks for is there another alliance with a war rating comparable to theirs that also has high prestige? And then it's like, oh, here's one, and then pair it up against, the Omni Shell Alliance that, or whatever, whoever it is, kind of thing. So
yeah, I was asking a guy that I was in an alliance with. I'm still got friends with him on my line, and he was like, "That's a guy. I think that guy's from New York City Guardians." I could swear to God that was like one of their officers. And I was like, I can't confirm it because he is not in there now.
But I should have sent it to me. I know a couple of the guys who used to be in NYC.
Like, I did send it. I thought I sent it to you. I could have sworn I sent it to you.
Let me go ask. I know.
Who was it that said that I should show him to Beardo because he makes him look like he doesn't even spend money on the game? And I was like, no.
Oh, Diary of Jesus, is that who it is?
Yeah, that guy.
Here,
I could have sworn. Yeah, somebody told me he was in NYC. And I'm like, oh my good lord. If that's the case, then that's definitely a holding ally or a shell. Look at that.
Okay, so
anyways. Look at that Omega Red just tank that just kill him. Jesus, I need an Omega Red so bad.
Let's see what else I got here. A full redesign of Alliance War would be nice. I'm curious to see, but again, it's one of those things where they don't have any plan in place, so who knows?
No.
I like the idea of creating tools to design unique challenges. Sounds interesting. Like, I don't know exactly what they have in mind for that. The way that I would view it is that they're planning on like allowing more customization of your defense, basically, where like kind of like I was saying before, it would be nice if you could have a set like slots essentially on nodes, and then you have like a set nodes that you can like, put into those slots per fight, and you can whatever, and you can basically customize your defense. That would be nice if that's what they have in mind. I don't really know what systems to encourage team play would be. Maybe like a link node where it's like if another player is like in a fight that's linked to this fight, you get a boost or something. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work.
They keep mentioning to make other game modes mirror
incursions,
expeditions. I had to think about what
I really would like. I really would like. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I really would like it if they took like Alliance War and like totally, basically like scrapped everything that it is, and made it essentially work similar to how Incursions works. I wouldn't even mind if you had like less paths, but then like multiple rooms kind of thing with multiple bosses.
That's basically what they said they were going to do is make it very similar to Incursions in the long run.
Like do like 2 paths.
See that in 20.
With like, my AC was kicking on. So my AC has this weird problem, right? I mean, it's not a big problem. There's this thing called a capacitor, all right, and the capacitor stores the energy in order to make the fan spin. Well, the capacitor died, and we have to order a new one for the AC. But in the meantime, every now and then the fan won't start going, and then basically the AC doesn't work. So when the AC kicks on, I listen to see if the fan starts going. And if it doesn't start going, I have to go out there real quick and then just like kind of tap the fan to make it start spinning. It's real fun. It's a great time.
You hit it with a flashlight?
Yeah, I just have like a long metal spoon. And you just like literally all you have to do is like just tap it like a tiny bit and it starts going. Because like the motor still works. It's just like it needs that initial kick.
Is that why you don't keep it on when you guys leave?
Yes. Well, no, that's not why. But yeah, it's cheaper than a new
when we
unit.
go wherever we
AC's
leave ours on.
Man. We don't leave it on while we're gone because the basement stays pretty cool and nobody else is here, so I don't know. Why leave AC on to cool the house if nobody's there? The basement's cool enough for Frankie to live in while we're gone. If he was upstairs, it'd be different because bunnies don't do well with heat.
It's a bad rabbit you got there.
He's not bad. He just doesn't know any better.
He's a troublemaker.
He is a troublemaker. I will not contest that.
Did you have any other notes?
I do, but I'm in the middle of a MODOK lab fight.
Alright, so the baby woke up.
Oh, no.
All night, so take my I will chat with you guys on Discord.
All right.
TTYL. Thanks for stopping by, bud. Talk to you later.
The perils of fatherhood.
What else do I have? Let's see. I've got more control. Yeah, I think that a lot of the things that they said about Alliance War play into the... can you bring the bunny into frame with you? He doesn't really like being picked up. I can try. Hold on.
Not by you. He's getting better.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
What's
going on?
Different day. It's like all quiet finally in my house. I'm hiding.
You're hiding what, in like a closet or something?
No, in my fucking bathroom. I am so fucking hiding. Oh man, it was brutal yesterday. My little one, for some reason didn't want to go to sleep, and it was just fucking hell. I was ready to give her some melatonin or Benadryl or just
There's the rabbit.
Holy shit! It was like it was just balls to the wall bullshit. It sucked.
9 is asking who this is.
I'm sorry?
9 is asking who this is. This is Kooky, I call you. And everybody else makes fun of me for it, but I think it fits your personality. And it's Kukui. I know. It is.
Yeah, Kukui.
Amanda.
Kukui? Oh wait, who is that?
This is Kukui.
Oh, hello,
I told her to
Kukui.
get the hell on here so she could talk finally.
Well,
because she missed out on the last couple.
I did, and then Coffee, he broke off the stream or whatnot last time, and then by that time I My little beast went to sleep like 10 minutes prior.
Still sorting her and Winter out. That's funny. No, so what's going on over there in Supergiant Kukui?
So right now I am literally messaging everybody and every post that I see to recruit or a possible merger. Literally everybody.
Yeah.
And then after this AQ, we should be jumping over to the other shell and start up from there. Hopefully we can get in 3PG set up. Depending on what's going on with war and these shit rewards, definitely not AQ focus at the same, war focus, but at the same time, it's like we're so low in tier, so I don't think, like, as far as the nodes that you guys are going and dealing with, it's not going to be the same. So, we're not really much I'm not really that much worried about the nodes as far as that right now, because we're not there yet.
Right. It makes sense. The reason, actually, I thought to have you on in some capacity, I was trying to get you on yesterday. I know you had a couple of issues, but in any capacity was because you're going to go through what a lot of alliances that, are going to go through with this and this update. And that's where they're at right now. And I can only see it from our point of view. I like to hear from Thanos from Jason, or from Coffee, sorry.
They know my name is Jason by now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm full behind the curtain. I like to hear from all sides. And then you guys are coming up now, going into that other alliance. And I wonder what it's going to be like, the difference between the nodes that you're in now. I can only tell you that they're garbage down there too. There's no reason to run a war at that level.
Shit everywhere, right? That's what I'm thinking as well. If anything, maybe 1 or 2 BGs of war, if people are willing to actually put up with it at that point. But it would definitely be more AQ focused, unless they miraculously fucking fix something. They're not going to do shit though.
Well,
even with AQ rewards, completely vague. We don't know what the hell's going on. The only thing they announced was the whole AI being the same as for my 5, 6, and 7. And other than that, it's BS.
You're invited to join the chat too, Amanda, if you want. I didn't invite anyone.
I was just like, hey, you should go down and listen.
I saw you guys.
Anyone is always invited.
Should I get in or what? Or
well, I thought yesterday kind of went off shitty,
I was a little upset about yesterday, so.
Yeah.
It was almost like Coffee was ad-libbing. You guys were just filling in the words, and he was just moving his mouth. It was like some moment.
Yeah. But Beardo posted a thing. I don't know if he posted it for you guys, but there's changes to the notes already. That was just released today. And I think it was just released.
Yeah, it's on the recent discussions in the forums. So they changed up some of the annoying fights.
Yeah.
I don't think the knights are quite as annoying for you right
responding.
now. They need to do something about the rewards, though.
They really do. I know that they're trying. That wars have always been top heavy, but the rewards should.
And that's the thing. If you're doing AQ, like let's say map 6, map 7, you're already dealing with that content, and they're going to bring in war that's significantly higher as far as pain in the ass compared to X6 and compared to fucking Abyss, and for shit rewards, it just doesn't seem worth it.
No.
Apart from that, running both of them simultaneously, how is anyone supposed to get through content, if that, for people that haven't gone through most of the content or whatnot?
Speaking of that, they're going to be releasing that not uncollected EQ, but the new EQ to the lost my train of thought.
The map set mid-season AQ changes that we're talking about.
The EQ, the new difficulty to match
right now Cavalier difficulty, aka Canadian difficulty.
Right.
Yeah,
So
hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Here we go.
I've barged in.
No, Amanda.
No, this is great. So yeah, I mean, this is what the leaders of all four.
Well, you think about it though, if even with those added difficulties and EQ and all those events, it's kind of stupid to add even more stuff to that. Like, okay, who's to say? Let's say that the event quests have offered better rewards than even doing war. Then who the hell's going to want to do war?
Yeah.
Right. And that's where we're at. And that's literally where we're at right now. But with these new changes to the nodes, it's worth it to do what we can and get what we can out of it. But I'm not going to push it as like a mandatory, like this has got to freaking happen thing.
Right.
You know?
I completely agree.
Yeah, prevents us from doing something useful. We're
running one BG off season. I don't know if we'll go back to 2 BGs with the season starting if, first off, if people aren't with this whole kabam bullshit, if they're even going to be up for war. Many people may get it out. So if anything, we might have to stay at 1 BG. And given that we only have 2 full BGs, it kind of, puts a stop. And everybody out there recruiting is in the same predicament. So that makes it even worse to fucking recruit. And it's just horrible.
Do you have a lot of people that don't want to do war?
We have some people that don't want to do off season. They did when we were in Proxima. Those 2 BGs, most of them did do the 2 BGs. Most of them. But given some of them do have some tight schedules that, like today, we're really behind in getting through even the first section. So it was just a shit day. But I mean, I know we'll finish 100%. That's not the issue. It's just I don't know if it's with the announcement that Caban made. I don't know if a lot will be interested in running war. And I think a lot of people feel that way as well, because what the hell is the point of going in and putting in the work if the rewards are absolute shit?
I think especially for you guys currently, because even when you move over to the shell, the multiplier that you have is going to be pretty low. I know that they haven't cut
so like the difficulty level for us is not going to be, it's not, I don't think it's going to be extremely like hard for us. For you guys that are on higher tiers, it's wow, it's absurd.
Yeah.
Anyone in like the platinum,
totally
silver 1 to like platinum 4 range, just kind of really got screwed with the new rewards.
Yeah.
Because you basically get like crumbs comparatively to what they updated the rewards to for the top 150.
It's
and those are the payers, for the most part.
Yeah. So at your tier,
let's say even
for
whales or whatnot that are going in there for the rewards and are just going to push even harder. I mean, that's still a pretty crappy deal.
Yeah. For your tier at Supergiant, even if you run, say, 3 battle groups with your multiplier, and let's say you were to win like every war. I haven't done like all the math, obviously, but I would think that you'd probably at best be like silver 1 to gold 3, just because you're in a lower tier to start with, so you're not really getting a ton of points on the multiplier. So
right.
It might be fine to just do 2 battle groups for war or whatever, and you can kind of build your rating up that way. I agree. Then get ready for.
I mean, if we were, if we were up there where you guys are at, then yeah, definitely that would put a huge strain on war in general.
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of debating on things currently still, so.
Yeah, I think that's going to be reciprocated across all platforms or all alliances at this point, except for the top. If you're Platinum 3 or above.
Wars?
No, we're not dropping Wars. No. We're just debating on our plan of attack of how to clear maps. Whether we're going to go for 100% or are we going to, just do, 2 out of 3. I mean, the new changes, we'll have to kind of review all of what it is and evaluate the new difficulty based off of those nodes. It might be easier to 100% now than it was, the last series, so.
Yeah.
It seems like they they dumbed it down a bit. But
yeah,
reading a node and actually fighting against it are two different things because, it changes when you're actually doing it. So we'll see. Currently, the plan is to try to, business as usual. We'll try to do the quote-unquote easiest path to Platinum 4 possible. Whatever that may be. And then continue to try to maintain the top 90 in AQ with map 7 and however many days we need to do that.
So, Coffee, do you have any idea, or any thoughts on what they'll do about Alliance tickets?
Kabam?
Reduce the cost.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're going to reduce the cost more.
Reduce the cost to buy tickets or the cost that the tickets
I think it would be to reduce the cost to buy tickets. That would be my guess. I can't. Obviously, I don't speak for Kabam, so we should go for 7x5 if we can.
If he did, it probably would run a lot more smoothly, and they might actually get some correct information out to the people.
I will say that I put in a very maybe I'll show it on stream actually. I got a response back to our ticket, and I was not very pleased with it. Yeah, so after this fight, I'll pull it up and I'll read through it for you.
Can't wait.
I will say that afterwards they always send you a please let us know how our customer service did, blah 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 blah, and I was like, I gave a scathing review of their customer service.
Scathing review. Don't visit this place.
So
1 star.
1 star.
Where is that?
Did you use all the characters?
Is this it? Where is my... Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, no, that's not it either. I'm going to keep going down. Alliance name change. That's not it. Alliance name change. That was really annoying, too. I'll say that much. Where is... Where are you?
I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Is it that one?
Right,
oh no, it's the feedback one.
Alright, so greetings, Summoner. Alright, so wait, hold on, let's see if I can go back to what I said. No, maybe I'll go back to that later. So, greetings, Summoner. Thank you for taking the time to contact us at Kabam Support, and we hope you're doing well today. As you are likely aware, from time to time, every online game does need to come down for maintenance in order to update portions of the game. In order to update portions of the game or to correct any issues within the game. There were some issues recently with the Contest of Champions, which forced us to take the servers down for some time. The game needed to come down immediately in order to prevent any potential larger issues that may have occurred. This is never a decision made lightly. We are aware of the impact that bringing the game servers down can have, and the frustration that causes everyone. We realize that some players' time...
The condescending nature that you're reading this.
We realize that some players' time in the contest is limited, and all players' time is important. We apologize for this affecting you adversely, as it was never our intent to upset anyone. We simply wanted to make sure that the game continues to run as best as it can. Keep in mind that all players were affected with the same amount of downtime for this unfortunate emergency maintenance. Thank you for your patience during this downtime, and thank you for bringing this to our attention. We're truly sorry for any inconvenience it caused you. Any inconvenience caused by what happened, and we are endeavoring to prevent any issues like this from occurring again. That said, we hope that you have a great rest of your day in the contest. So the part that really irritated the crap out of me here is we simply are keep in mind that all players were affected with the same amount of downtime for this emergency maintenance. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, obviously everyone was affected by the same amount of downtime. But that doesn't mean that everyone's circumstances regarding it are the same.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had started AQ an hour and a half later because I'm a lazy bum, and I, start AQ 2 hours after it starts, I would have had no problem with us finishing it. But we started AQ at the time that it's supposed to start, and the servers went down or were taken down at the worst possible time. And it caused us to essentially waste resources that we had invested into the game. For running the maps that we run, specifically for the intent of having an outcome that we're, we know the math, we know what we need to do to get a specific thing. So.
Oh, is that Chewbacca? Is Chewbacca back there?
It's my dog.
I know. It sounds great. Oh. No, so that's a lovely.
So this was my.
Not at all.
At least it was a really lengthy response. You don't see that often.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
that has got to be a default response.
Huh?
That has got to be a default response. It's, I don't know. It just seems like you could pull that off of any. You could copy and paste that.
That's a canned response for sure. They just had a generic response that they sent out to everybody. I mean, we use a help desk software at work that probably is the same, if not, it may even be the same exact product that they use, but they can just click on a whole bunch of emails. There's a whole list. I can go click, 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 the whole list of them, be like, canned response, send to all these people, and move on with it.
Oh, this was your feedback after?
This was my feedback to them after. So you can read it.
We were unable, as an alliance, to finish our AQ map. I'm reading it. I'm sorry. I'll let you read it.
We were unable to, as an alliance, to finish our AQ map due to your taking.
Read it in the tone that you intended for it to be read.
Yes, read it in the condescending nature in which you wrote it.
We were unable, as an alliance, to finish our AQ map due to your taking the game down for maintenance at the worst possible time. The cost of running map 7 is extremely high. And the response of sorry, but it affected everyone, so we are doing nothing, is unacceptable. We use our time to gather the resources necessary, plan AQ paths, and execute those plans. To have the servers go down at the end of AQ and cause all of that time and work to go to waste with no response of acceptance from your end for causing the issue or not resolving it quickly is a slap in the face. The least that you could do would be to return all members of my alliance the cost of that day of AQ and give us the difference in rewards that were missed due to this issue. I also had in there, I'll say that there was another feedback afterwards, which was like, whatever, what do you think of our customer service? And I believe that for that I basically said, these things don't cost you anything to fix a problem. It's just it doesn't cost you anything to give us our whole alliance, or however many alliances have an issue, a payout of whatever it costs for the map that they were unable to complete, a map 7 crystal, a couple hundred T5 basic shards. It costs you nothing to do that, but it costs you your reputation to do nothing. So, like, why not just give people, like, that little smidgen of, like, sorry, our bad, here's, 500,000 gold for your problem, because, that's how much it costs. Obviously, that's an inflated amount, but it would cause them nothing but goodwill from the players. It's always better to have positive interactions with your customers that will result in them ultimately spending money on your game. So why not, try to get some goodwill from your player base rather than being like, sorry, it happened to everybody, you're out of luck. It doesn't make sense to me from a customer service background.
That's the common thread. It's the common thread here. It's happened to you before.
I've had the exact same.
It's roughly the same thing.
With their... Yeah, it's not 500. I'm aware it's not 500,000 gold. I wish. Yeah, give me... So then that's my other problem here, right? So in these issues, when these things happen, it affects different alliances in different ways, right? Because one alliance might not be able to finish a queue because of it. Another alliance, it doesn't affect them at all because they're in China and they finished hours before and they're asleep already. Or it, anyways, so it affects people in different ways. And then the general response to that from their end is just to do a sweeping compensation to everyone. Like, sorry, we messed up. Well, then you're doubly rewarding the people who it didn't affect, and you're not really. I mean, you are helping the people who it did affect, but you're doubling up on the ones who it didn't, and it doesn't make sense to, give other people extra rewards that didn't need it, at the same time as giving out compensatory correction to someone who it did affect. So
yeah
that it's just they're taking the easy way out, and there's no it doesn't really help your case to do it that way.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. The whole thing that bothers me about the fact that Nine said that he's gotten that same response, and I've gotten that same response. It's literally almost word for word. It might be a little couple things. It's almost like they have like a template or something like that. Or they have the same thing that you were saying, like in your work, where it's just automatic response. It's an automatic response generator based on some keywords or based on whatever the user decides. That's not customer service. That's a bot. So I'd rather deal with Comcast all day than
God, that is a lot.
So that it does. It's like I could deal with Comcast because typically, like, it's a person, even though they're saying what they're supposed to say. They have a job to do too. But this doesn't seem like it's a job to do. It seems like, we just got to respond to these people to give them a response rather than actually solve the problem. They're not solving anything.
So,
in fact, like you said, Coffee, it's shattering their reputation more than anything else.
Yeah. It doesn't. I mean, they're not doing themselves any favors. That's for certain. So, and then, and then for N1 here, what was happening that was so bad you couldn't leave the game up until AQ ended? Nothing was happening because that's a BS response, and something happened to their servers, and rather than admit that something happened and that they're at fault, they just say that there was an issue, whether there was or wasn't, and then too bad, sorry for your luck. Everyone had the same problem. Nobody gets anything. Yeah. Or everybody gets something and it doesn't actually really help anyone except for the people who didn't get affected by it. Just doesn't make any sense. well, this was a bad idea. How come my healing doesn't get affected by the power shield node? I should have healed like a ton there. Somebody drop out of my chat.
No, my thing froze there. Like it was like didn't want to work. Sorry. I had to do it. Every once in a while it does that. I don't know what it does. But
right.
Yeah.
If they were taking it down purposefully, which I highly doubt, they should, like, the logical thing would be to wait until AQ is over. Yeah, especially considering, like, they're on the West Coast, so the time when that happened, it was like, what, noon for them-ish? So it was like lunchtime?
Yeah.
Somebody probably went to lunch and forgot to flip a switch or something, the game went down, and then it didn't come back up until after AQ was over, because they're like, oh man, oops. When I was leaving the room, I accidentally unplugged the servers.
Whoops.
Let me plug that back in. And went down for everybody, so too bad.
Down for everybody. You're just one of a million. That's funny, though. Copy generic response.
It was it was down for about an hour and 15, maybe an hour and 30 minutes, right from, at least for Eastern time, from like 2 o'clock till 3:20-ish, which was just enough time for us not to be able to finish and AQ to be over before it came back up. Ugh. I hate rage.
Yeah.
I'm sure their offers never skip a beat. That's right. The servers will never go down when 4th of July offers come out.
No. No, they definitely won't.
It just seems like it would be such an easy solution to be like, if somebody sends in a ticket, sorry, our bad, here's a little compensation package that is equivalent to what you missed out on, nothing more, nothing less, and everybody's happy. We're happy that you took care of us. You're happy that we're happy.
Yeah.
And just why not do it? It just doesn't make sense. To me, at least.
Yeah, mine is doing that too, Amanda. It's cutting in and out really, really bad. That's why I dropped out and came back in. For whatever reason. It's around this time of night that it normally happens to us.
Coffee again.
Hello?
God damn it.
What's wrong? QQE?
Well, I can't hear you. You're cutting off.
Yeah, you're like, keep up.
It's me?
Yeah, to us, the kooky,
QQE?
to us, kooky, he can't. It's coming like that to us, but to the live feed, it's not doing that.
Ah, okay.
So, like on the Discord,
that's weird that it would do that for you
thing
guys.
Itself, it goes a lot. But if
Yeah,
you listen
like
to it on
off.
playback, we're all perfectly fine. It's like a confliction.
I thought we went back to the screen because I just plugged into to YouTube and I see Coffee talking, but nothing's coming out. I was like, shit, he did it again.
Yeah, he did it again.
No,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's all working
again.
through the stream. Everything's green on my end for the stream, which is actually, I think, the first time that everything has been flowing as smoothly as it is through OBS at least. So my settings, I've definitely figured something out for my settings.
Yeah, no, it's the Discord, the admin voice itself that like doesn't. It just stops intermittently. It happened when we were playing other games and stuff on Discord. To me too. So it's like it just cuts in and out. It's really weird. But on the stream, it's fine. So like all of the troubles that I thought I was having with my mic on the first stream we did, I had listened to the playback, at work, and I'm like, "There's no problems."
Yeah. Yeah, on my end, everything's fine. I can hear you guys perfectly for the most part. You digitalize a little bit every now and then.
Yeah, and then like every once in a while, you'll cut out. And like it'll just stop. Like you're not even talking, but you're actually having a full-blown conversation, but I'm not hearing it.
Yeah, it's like I'm being muted.
You are definitely not muted, I can tell you that much. I can hear you guys wide, bright, and clear.
Oh, well, you picked the loud. I'm loud, too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've got probably the two loudest people I know in the stream right now.
Oh, definitely. I'm loud and obnoxious, and I cuss a lot.
I mispronounce everything.
That's true.
So,
he does.
I do. It's a problem. I'm trying to solve it. A couple of them I do on purpose.
Expeditions,
excursions.
Oh, I like the expeditions one. That was awesome.
Yeah. Expeditions. I did it on accident the very first time, and it was the one that I was at my brother's house. And I said it out of just like, because it just came to my mind. It's the first thing that came to my mind. And I honestly had convinced myself that that's what it was. So, and from then on, it's like, that's what I'm going to call them now. I'm going to call them expeditions or excursions, no matter what.
I say the same thing over here. You want to do some expeditions?
There's some expeditions. You do a lot of expeditions and go out and get tortillas.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. You got to live, right?
that picture you showed us in chat was hilarious. Like, you're like, I've been in line for tortillas for Juan for fucking 3 hours.
I just shocked.
Because he has to have the flour ones or whatever it was. I was like, oh my God, I would never. Like, no, you go get it yourself. You go get your own damn
I just wanted
tortilla.
a freaking taco. That's all.
Everybody, that sounds like me on Tuesday.
Damn.
I just want a taco.
I can't imagine how long it's going to take for the help all button to work. What's up, Clarimi? I don't know how to say it. Clarimi.
Clearim?
What's up, Q?
Clarim?
QQ.
Here I go again.
I don't know how to say it either, so.
I'll give it a shot. It'll be wrong. I guarantee it.
I always pronounce it with an I at the end because that's how it always was in our server, so. Help everybody with energy.
Cut off again.
I blame you guys. You guys are the problem, obviously. It's not me.
What? Oh my God. Help feature. Help feature. Did we even talk about help feature?
No, but it takes so long to even get through, like, pushing help now. Like, sometimes you'll push the button and it'll take, like, 15 seconds for it to process 4 help requests. I'm curious what it's going to be like when I push help and it's like for 500.
I have a recommendation for Kabam when they listen to your stream. Break up the help crap and do it in 2 different sections. For energy is for one, and for your stupid other shit, it's for the other thing. If I don't want to help out 265 requests for energy, or to the versus stuff, I shouldn't have to. But I shouldn't have to filter through all of that to find the energy help ones. Because the energy help ones, I want to give them that. I want to help them with that.
Right.
But they make it as tough as possible for me to get through all of it.
There's so many for me. A lot of times I just don't, and it takes so long to go through the list. There's just no way that I'm gonna sit there for 10 minutes every 3 times a day.
Yeah. Like, so just split it up. It doesn't seem that hard. I guess it could be a lot harder than I think.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, They always said that the help all would, like, break. Oh, I think I broke.
Something happened. I don't know. To the audio again.
Probably my fault. I played with the bit rate for the audio. I just changed it back.
Yeah, like all of a sudden it was like click, click, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Probably my fault. I turned it all the way back up because I was wondering if that was going to correct your guys' me cutting out for you. But then it, like, totally broke. Looks like it's still messed up. Can you hear me now?
I haven't heard you digitize yourself in a minute, so maybe.
Where's your money, Michael Dewar? Pushing the button causes emergency maintenance. That's probably what happened, yeah. What's your family curse word? I'm not sure if he's talking to me or if he's talking to someone else. I don't have a family curse word.
We have a lot of words that we only use, I think, as a
My
family.
mom used to say, "Jeez, oh man."
Jeez, oh man. I was going to say, jeez, oh man.
It's not a swear word at all.
Jeez, oh man is my mom's thing. That's what she says.
Jeez, oh man was, and
jeez, oh man, Matthew.
Oh man, I think I say everything and then I translate it.
Oh, do you say it in Spanish first and then you go English, or is it the other way around?
It depends. It depends on what mood I'm in. Usually it's sometimes, how pissed I am.
There's 3 criteria for kukui. See, I said it right that time.
You don't make me Spanish, though. That's
3 criteria that, because I've known her for as long as I've known her for. Number 1, how mad is she? Number 2, how many beers has she had? Number 3, is there tacos in her house?
Because if you check all of those above, it's going to be a shitstorm.
Oh boy, all these days are running together.
Oh, hey, we
remember you told me that.
That's kind of neat. I didn't notice that until now. When you go into the daily quest, it's got, like, what day each different class is now up at the top of the screen.
Michael, my family swears in Hindi. She picks up the first I get mad because she's learning a second language so fast. Yeah, no, that is 100% true. We thought for the longest that our second oldest, my second child, of the 3 that I have, the second one, Isabella, was going to say a swear word first because I stopped caring. With the first one, I'm like, she's like, she's like 9. She's gonna hear some stuff, but I thought for sure Izzy was gonna say something bad.
Oh, I did much better this time. My wife, yeah, we've got, you want me to clear Taskmaster? I don't have children's settings on. Maybe I do, I don't know. There. Taskmaster cleared. I don't know what happened to my Discord, if it died or... I don't, something's going on here. I don't hear anybody else, but I know I can hear me, so... Probably the bit
I hear
rate.
you.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay. Blizzkin is, muted.
I'm on mute. I can hear you.
Gotcha. Okay. Everybody just stopped talking for a second. I was like, I don't know if my Discord just broke or... There, I cleared Taskmaster. I did it pretty effortlessly, I feel like. You want to tag, if you're in the stream, you want to tag them, let them know that that's like, probably Voltage. Let Voltage know that that's clear. Why was he muted? Because obviously he had to fart. His farts are really loud.
Oh my jeez.
Really?
It's true. He'll never admit to it, but it's
no,
true.
My wife just came into the room. Went on break.
Likely
so
story.
Like, I just put it on mute.
That's what they all say. Blame it on the wife.
She can say hi. Everybody can hear her. Yeah. See? She's here.
I am.
I hear this crap. Don't you give me this crap. I will drive over there right now.
No, you won't.
Storming down them stairs. Wake up all your kids.
Oh, by
Feed
the
them
way,
sugar and
what was it the other day? You brought over something. You dropped off, their jackets.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just dropped it off behind the door.
Yeah, Elena goes outside, my wife, to get the jackets to bring them in. And Elowen, my youngest daughter, starts running over the door, all excited to go see Uncle Matt, thinking that you were like outside dropping off the jackets. And when she got to the door and you weren't there, she started bawling.
Oh no, I didn't know that they were. It didn't look like they were home. It didn't look like anybody's home because the inside door was.
She was so sad. She wanted to see her Uncle Matt, and all there were jackets on our doorstep. When I dropped off the
jackets, they weren't. I knocked on the door a bunch and nobody answered. So I put the jackets behind the door. I got in the car and left because I didn't think they were home. And Alan was mad and started crying. I am the favorite Uncle Matt.
Yes.
I'm happy.
Elowen loves Uncle Matt.
Yes, it is, Michael.
Yeah, he's Matt and I'm Jason.
Matthew and Jason. Biblical.
I know, right? And she's so sweet. She's the sweetest little thing. Nothing like her sister. Her sister is the devil.
You just call your oldest the devil. Now he's starting to sound like me and Kukui.
She's going through a phase, I'll say. She's in a very defiant phase of her life right now. Probably won't end until she's like 20 at this point.
You have something that impressed me when I was over there after your rabbit chewed the power cord apart for your fridge with Mom, is that you have a thing on the wall that says if they're like good or bad or whatever, but then you have on your calendar where you wrote like Elowen or Arya cannot play computer games until this day.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, she must have really, like, it was like a week and a half.
Well, that's like, she's having,
what did she do?
That's Elena. So, yeah, the two of them, they clash, so.
Well, because of all the live streams that we do, me and you or whatever, my oldest daughter has decided I'm going to start live streaming Roblox stuff now. And that's all she could think about. I'm like, hey, go do the laundry. And I'm apparently on a live stream and I don't know it. I'm like, bitching her out because she's not doing her chores. I'm like, you can do her chores right now. She's like, you're live. I'm like, no. Now everybody can hear how abusive I am towards you.
She just, yeah. First off, she needs naps, Arya. She's not the devil, but she needs naps. She doesn't have a nap. She has a very hard time processing things, and it goes from like 0 to 100 instantly if she's tired. So, and
classic girl.
Yeah, also she's in a phase right now where all she wants to do is play video games. So if you try to like make her go outside and like exercise, she freaks out.
Yeah.
And yeah, my wife and her just kind of go back and forth because my wife wants her to do what she wants her to do, and she doesn't want to do what she wants to do. So.
Why, yeah. Well, there's that whole thing that happened the other day when she was over here. When they were like, we're going to go walk around the block. And she's like, I don't walk around the block unless I'm with Nana.
She hadn't had a nap, so I could have told you that would go poorly.
I thought that was cute.
She doesn't. She won't go on walks anymore. She only wants to ride her bike around the block now.
Oh, that's good.
So she's like.
Is she doing training wheels or is she on two?
She's got training wheels. She can't.
Oh, okay.
She can't. I mean, she probably could do it, but yeah, balance wise, probably not.
To do too. That's funny. Oh, just cracked my arm socket.
Yeah, he's got an actual beard now, right? And his picture, instead of being all clean cut, we're like, what kind of bearded gamer doesn't even have a beard?
False advertising.
Madness. What am I going to do here? What else do I have? Oh, you know what? Let me go. I never finished through my notes here.
Oh, yes, please. Yes. Wrap it up.
I'm excited about the Map 7 changes. The Map 7.
I don't know what that's like. Elaborate on that a little bit for those for that may not be doing Map 7.
Basically, like I was saying to Too Good earlier, there's a handful of fights that the difficulty on is significantly more difficult than the majority of the rest of the fights. Like Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Captain Marvel, the Killmonger and Corrigan Vivified and Redoubled Determination, Mesmerize, Mephisto, Yeah, there's more, but those are probably like the big ones that I can think of off the top of my head. There's also some that they didn't mention. Specifically, I think the OG Vision that's on
thanks, Amanda.
Mesmerize and Stun Immune and whatever. Yeah, but anyways, basically they're going to eliminate some of those pain point fights and replace them with slightly easier fights. They're not going to do anything to Section 2 Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I would doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
But then also the timers and the starting energy thing, and I think that's starting like next AQ series. Best I could tell, they said it was starting in July, so you're talking the energy cap increase, lowered timers.
Oh my god, I can't.
They don't want to lower timers all the way to 30 minutes right off the bat because they need to have somewhere to go for when they have server downs. When the server goes down for 6 hours, they can't reduce it further from 30.
They need to have that buffer.
So they still need to have that.
So we can catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we'll lower them to 30 minutes. It's only a 15-minute thing now, so it's not as big of a change.
If it's 30-minute timers, there will be like 4 people in each of like BG, or maybe less. A couple of them that are like way ahead, and they're like, what in the hell are these other guys doing?
The starting energy increase to 4 is good for anyone who has like European players in their battle groups kind of thing, where you've got a mix, because currently they have to stay up like super late in order to get cleared a lot of times because of the way links are.
Yeah.
But that also, for map 6 at least, they're gonna look into changing the way the links work. So that'll be cool.
Go back to when we had 30-minute timers. When was that? It was myself and Beardo were in that BG. It was when you were still in, when you came back to Proxima for a second there, Coffee. And me and Beardo would be blowing through map 5. We were in like section 2 immediately, it seemed like, because those 30-minute timers.
Oh, yeah. Aloof speculated that they will add a node that allows you to go unstoppable. Could do it. I mean, I just wish that they would just lower the damage cap for non-unstoppables. Like, I don't remember what the damage, I think it's like you do like 90% less damage or whatever unless you have an unstoppable. Why not just make it like 75%? You'd still be able to accomplish the fight without an unstoppable, but it would benefit you greatly to have one. What else we got? Less links in map 6 and 7. That would be good. Mid-season update, epic modifiers. I will say that we did research on the epic modifiers in order, like, what it would take to get T5CC from them running what we run. And it's like borderline impossible. Because you're talking, like, we crunched the numbers and we would have had to run like epic modifiers on 2 days worth of map 7 at least, and then like basically all epics all week long, doing map 7 2 or 3 times and then map 6 the other 3. So and that's just for 2% of a T5CC randomly. You know, you don't even get to pick which one you want. So like, it will take you 300 weeks worth of AQ to accrue a full T5CC. It's better than nothing, I suppose, but like, those modifiers are no joke, and running them on map 7 isn't going to be fun for anyone. 3 of the epics aren't that bad. I mean, reality is, yes, we probably could, but like right now we're running normal and heroic mods on map 7, and you're talking about like completely jumping over master and going straight into epic. And maybe, you know, I guess we'll probably test it out, if nothing else, and kind of feel it out and see if it's something that we want to do. But I still don't know that it's worth it for 2% of a T5cc. I mean, even if it is 2% a week, you're talking 8% a month of a random class. It'll take you forever to get anywhere. I guess in combination with other things, yeah, it helps. It gets you there. You think the first step is 7x5? I don't think that we'll ever do 7x5 simply because of the cost. Unless they really reduce the cost, that is the key primary factor to not doing it. We do have a good amount of free-to-play players in the Alliance that cannot, there's no way that they're going to be able to keep up with donations for 7x5. And that's really the limiting factor there is the cost. It's not so much the difficulty. Especially for if you're free to play. Like if you're gonna spend $30 a month in game to buy tickets, sure, no problem. But we do have free to play players. Tomy is free to play basically. Tony in our battle group is free to play. Ark rarely spends money outside of maybe like 4th of July or whatever.
Really, officers are too? That's...
J. Paul disabled spending for his account. I don't know if that's still happening or not. Nine doesn't spend money that often.
I haven't even done the sigil or anything yet, like lately.
Yeah, so. SAE. I'm not going to go through like the whole alliance of like who is and isn't, but we have a good amount of low spenders, some no spenders, and then we have a few big spenders. So. We have one really particularly whaley spender.
One big old whale.
And then we've got City, who's like our junior
beluga.
Who, me? Or are you saying that I got an Odin multiple times during Abyss? Oh, he's talking to Amanda. So say I don't... anyways, let's see here. What else do I got? Seasons gone? Question mark. That would be nice actually for Alliance Wars if they eliminated seasons altogether. I do hope that that's the ultimate future. Maybe season 20 will be the last season or something, and by then they'll be ready to move on to something else.
Yeah.
More cooperation and less coordination. I don't know what that means, but they mentioned it in there.
I don't know what that means. I've been wondering what that means, actually.
Yeah. AQ challenges, build your own rewards. I think that's just by basically having more, I'm guessing, more things in Glory Store, and then also more different possibilities with like more modifiers and things like that where you can kind of customize what you want. Now, the last thing here's Raid Boss. What's up, Aloof? Raid Boss. Now, they mentioned in the post that the Raid Boss mode or whatever was a to be determined date for release. I am of the impression personally that they have been working on this for a while. As we all know, Galactus was like the focal point basically of when they began this year. and logically, he's not a champion that's going to be released in the game. So, like, the only way that he was going to ever be in the game was to be a special boss, basically, of some kind. So I'm under the impression that they've probably been working on a raid boss Galactus fight since probably November or December of last year. I would hope that they plan on that being something to be released by the end of Q4 of this year. So I would think that probably, like, logically, you would see, like, November or December, raid boss mechanic fight type thing being released, with Galactus being the focal point of that. Otherwise, why have
he's
all
the
the
only one
storyline
that
revolving around
he's
that?
the only one that makes sense to be a raid boss.
Well, they've been leading up to it with the story. So, like, if they didn't intend to have him in the game for something this year, then they wouldn't be leading in that direction for, like, all of the story content. So it doesn't make sense for it not to be a thing. So I feel like that's closer than reality, than what they had announced, like, as timeline on the actual post. They just don't want to give away their big project because it's probably supposed to be like a surprise. That would be my interpretation of that. So, prediction: November, Galactus, raid boss. Book it.
Bucket. That's fact. Stamp it.
It's happening. You'll see.
Yeah.
Link nodes that are beneficial. Undo button. Undo button. Things that should have been things all along. Undo button where you can move back. Whether they can actually make that work, who the heck knows?
If they can make that work, that's impressive. And that's sweet, because I think every single AQ we have one BG with one person.
But again, like,
that does that.
Whoever it was it Tiff maybe mentioned, like, if you set paths for, like, AQ, what do you need an undo button for in the first place? It's contradictory. Because if they can't go the wrong way, then you wouldn't need them to be undone. So, like, yeah. The only other thing that I can think is that setting the paths kind of thing would be similar to the Hobbit button. That, like, setting paths would be similar to setting battle groups, where it just pops up with basically a warning saying, like, hey, that's not your path, are you sure you want to go that way, kind of thing. And then
that would be sweet.
And then maybe the undo button would still be able to,
yeah, it's like, hey, this is not your assigned path.
Right.
Do you really want to proceed?
And then if they still, like a retard, click yes, I would like to proceed, then they can
like a retard.
Then they can undo that decision and back up instead of being booted instantly from their alliance.
God.
Oh, like, yeah, Hobbit went the wrong way, and they wouldn't fix it. This is kind of messed up, you know? I will say I didn't go the wrong way when I ran AOL.
Oh my God.
Anytime, like, if I'm doing LOL, AOL, any, like, big thing like that, I, like, double, triple, quadruple check before I move anywhere when I get to any sort of pass. I'm like, is that the right way? Just need to be sure.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
I've spent 6,000 units already. I shall not make a mistake resulting in losing my progress. So that, help all. We already kind of talked about that. And that's pretty much all the comments I had.
Yeah.
My notes here said lack of timelines for most things. Again,
yeah, you got your soapbox out of the way, and definitely that one where you put that ticket in that's really annoying, and it's becoming more frequent.
Yeah. Yeah, the customer service aspect, like they can do. There's so much room for improvement for them when it comes to just giving good customer service. Like I've said 1,000 times, like it doesn't in reality it doesn't cost them anything to like give out those small little things to people when something's wrong. Like if it's like, oh, oops, we messed up and we gave all these people a 5-star, whatever, just give everyone a 5-star and be like, sorry, these people got something you didn't, so here's one for all of you. It gives goodwill to the community, and it's not like it's costing you money. I mean, even if like one player's like manages to pull an Aegon because of it out of that crystal, and they use them to clear Abyss or something, that would have it costed them less than it would have had they not had him. They probably wouldn't have even attempted that, and they probably ended up spending money trying to run it anyways. So if anything, it makes you more money by giving out things. So yeah. Yeah. Alliance War rewards. I have a note here that there was no mention of any sort of changes for short term. I think that I'm hoping that like when they get to the quality of life portion of this, that there will be a mention of rewards changes, like across the board rewards changes throughout all aspects, and that they'll touch on AW rewards in that. It will technically still be before season when they do that, so they have that as their last little point there. They may just have it in a totally different release, but it seems like it would be crazy to me that they wouldn't make some sort of a change.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, the players at the top don't care if the players below them get like a little bit more tier 5 crystal shards. Like, if you're in one of the top 5 alliances, you don't care if the rank 1000 alliance gets 10% of a T5 CC and as opposed to 2%. Like, they could care less. They're still getting their half of a tier 5. It's like, what do they care if rank 1000 group gets a tenth of one as opposed to 2% of one? It doesn't matter to them. And they're even saying like, hey, you guys need to buff those rewards. So like when the people up there, like, they could care less, and when they're saying, hey, you need to buff those rewards, that there's legitimacy to the issue. I think that we've gone back to a point of like almost when I started playing the game, when like tier 4 class catalysts were like super rare for everyone except the people who were in like the top 20 AQ alliances, where they got one a week, and like everyone else got like nothing. So it was like, oh, it took us like a month and a half to form a tier 4 class catalyst, and then you hoped that you managed to get the one, and meanwhile you would watch a stream of like Seaton or someone else, and they'd have just like 20 crystals in their stash because they were maxed out on all of them, because they just kept getting another one every single week after week, and nobody else could get anything.
It's like, why the hell is and that's like that whole like focusing on the top alliances that I always call it top heavy, and that's how I honestly feel.
I don't mind
we're
it.
going
it's just
back
like
to this top heavy thing.
The scale down doesn't need to be like, it doesn't need to be as dramatic of a cliff. Like you're talking like the thing, the trend is just like down. Like you can level it off more, and it's not gonna affect everything that badly. Prestige-wise, players at the top are very far ahead, unless, of course, you spend enough. For example, let's see here. Where's the little leaderboard thingy here? Total base hero rating. We don't want that. We want strongest team. Global. Let's see here. Or perhaps maybe it's just like if you get lucky enough. There's cow whale.
Unlucky.
Now this hasn't even prestige though. This is just strongest team, right? Oh, look at this fella here. Number 91. That guy's not in the top alliance. How do you get to the number 91 strongest team?
What the hell? I'm confused.
Are you looking at the stream? What are you confused about?
Hold on. Let me look. I had gotten up, and then like, okay, so what?
This fellow who's ranked number 91 in strongest possible team. He's never even been in a top 25 alliance. He just got into a top 90 alliance, and somehow he's number 91 out of everyone in the world for his strongest champions.
He is going for highest prestige in the game.
Well, I mean, honestly, he won't be able to, but he has been fortunate enough to get the proper RNG to
Who's this guy?
Get to the.
Who's this bearded gamer?
Yeah, he has gotten himself in. He was higher. I think he's actually dropped down a little bit. I want to say he was like 80 something. So some people.
That's all those Aegon pulls.
Well, it doesn't even matter. It's all about 6 stars.
Instead of getting like Silver Surfer or something.
But yeah, that's to go to show, like, if you look at all these other alliances that are up here, you're talking, these are all, like, except for this Quixotic person who's not even in an alliance somehow, but is number 98. But all these people, they're all in those top Asgard, Omni, Sin 6, NY 718, etc., etc. All the top 5, the people that are always finishing top 3 every war season, and with good reason they're up there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you can't be up there
in the top,
if you're not.
He's in the top 100. That's amazing. But that shows, insane. Like you were saying, you're just saying that's what pain gets you. But you still have to finish content too.
Well, I think that, to me, I think that the real problem there is that they're aware of it at this point, that they got to a point where spending money actually got you more than you could ever get by completing content in game. So it didn't matter, for Brian Grant and people who essentially playing the game as a full-time job for them. It didn't matter. There was no amount that you could ever play the game to be able to accomplish the same thing as spending money. And that, it needs to be, to me, it needs to be equal. And they used to do a better job about it being equal. Where it's yes, you can spend money and you can get all of this, but you could also go and clear Act 5 100% and you can get the same thing.
Right.
Then basically when Cavalier Crystals and Act 6 started coming out, deals started being geared in different ways, and it quickly became you can now go buy a deal and get more than if you even cleared all of Act 6.1. But yes, the gap is too big. It's an easy fix basically, which is just leveling out the rewards a bit. The decline in rewards should be significantly less steep than it is. Yeah, Cavaliers killed it because prior to Cavaliers, it was significantly more difficult to acquire 6-stars because they were basically locked behind content. Like, the only way you could get them was by completing content. And then it was like, oh, now you can just buy them if you spend enough money. Spending should, honestly, and I think that, like, the spending should be kind of the way it is, like, with Abyss and stuff like that, where it's like, if you're going to spend, it shouldn't be, like, deals. Where it's like, oh, you want to spend and then instant rewards. They should do more, like, unit package things, in my opinion. And, like, be like, if you want to, you can get bonus with your units by buying these things. You can get some extra, like, 5-star shards and whatever, and blah, blah, blah. But, like, if you want those top-end rewards, you have to clear content to get them.
Yeah, Amanda just said the same, like that.
Yeah,
That's kind of how I share that opinion as well. It's always been crappy. I know a couple of guys that are in our alliance.
War rewards were good, like, the first few seasons. Like, I would say probably, like, to, like, season 5 or something like that. War rewards were fantastic. And then they just fell off, like, totally. And then they kept amping up difficulty, and they didn't amp up the rewards enough at the same time. So I kind of like the idea that somebody mentioned on the forums, and that I think I said on one of our streams, where, eliminate, like, create a currency kind of like glory that you earn through war, and then create another store where it's like, go into the store and you can buy with your new currency whatever rewards that you want. And don't even put potions in there.
I still think that they should have potions be part of the reward system.
I'd be perfectly fine if they, like, gave you a set amount of items that you could use for Alliance War each time you run Alliance War, and then, like, change the glory in the glory store. The potions that are in there, make them just the AQ potions, so there are no war potions. And then I'd be okay with that if they did something like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get off.
Yeah, I'm done too. So I can use one of my other screens that I have here.
Exhausted here. So, but yeah, no, it's that whole situation where, like, I think, like, everybody, to wrap it up basically with a bow here, to me, everybody's main objection and focus right now is AW rewards.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
If it doesn't change, they're going to have problems, I think. So, anyway, it's good talking to you guys.
Yep, always.
Hey, bye. Night.
That was abrupt. Well, it's past 12. I said that it was going to be an hour, and that was at 10. And it's 12, so you got an extra hour and 15 minutes.
That's more. An hour. Straight. That was abrupt. Jeez. Okay.
You guys caught me at a good time.
Yeah, right. Are you still in the bathroom?
No. The heathens have gone to sleep.
The heathens. They've gone to sleep with quotation marks in the air. As you're holding the bottle of Benadryl with your right hand, and the
and
Corona,
a pea shooter,
and Corona with the other hand. Just wash it down with that.
I don't drink Coronas. I drink Modelos.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Modelos.
Yeah, you can't drink Corona now. I heard they're
with a bottle of tequila.
Yeah, you can't even buy a Corona in the store. Nobody wants to buy them.
No, so because apparently you get the virus from it.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Idiots.
It's not that kind of Corona. But yeah, I think that I heard that their profits went down by like 25% in like that first quarter of when coronavirus kind of started being prevalent.
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's they're fucking idiots.
All right, Kikui.
Modelo.
I'll talk to you on chat tomorrow.
All right,
Alrighty,
guys.
good
Make
night,
sure,
guys.
you know,
I'm
get
off
your
as
AQ
well.
moves
I
in.
gotta move an AQ before I go to sleep in yours there.
Place your defense.
Yes, Negra Modelos are really good with micheladas. 9.
Yes.
One of these days I'll get around to putting in your commands for Super Giant.
All right, good night, guys. Good night, everyone.
Good night.